every 30 minutes you will be entered into a giveaway. So again, visit our sponsors over at EGB to get involved. But looking at this lineup, I'm kind of worried for Na'Vi that the damage potential coming out from Na'Vi, I just don't see it. Like, they have a little bit coming in with it once the Tusk gets the Walrus Punch, and potential right-click damage coming through from that Nature's Prophet. But Lina puts out a lot of magic damage, a lot of right-click damage. The damage that comes through from the Lesh with pretty much everything inside his kit. Even the dragon right-click damage coming through in that dragon form. You've got the sharpshooter coming out as well from the Hoodwink. It's just, to me, I'm looking at this Bet Boom lineup, and I think if these fights aren't Na'Vi getting a pick and getting out, these elongated fights, these fights that sustain over 30 to 60 seconds, Bet Boom, they're always going to come out on top. I don't see how Na'Vi out-damage Bet Boom in these fights.
They don't out-damage them in the longer fights, but it's about, again, starting the fight and getting that kill initially and then going for the second one. If you look at heroes of Bet Boom, initially they're pretty squishy. Lesh, Hoodwink, and the Lina, all of these heroes can be easily brought down, especially in the early stages of the game before the Bloodstones, the BKBs, and items like that do come out. And that is the timing that Na'Vi have to be gunning for. You need to be pressuring Bet Boom. If you're not getting kills, at least Bet Boom cannot be farming. And if you go back into the jungle, if you start slowing down the game yourself, you are gonna lose in pretty much the same fashion as earlier, because this is, again, the same thing. You have two heroes, mid laner and the off laner, very good at pushing, and then you have a very powerful position one that when Pure joins the fight, let's say with his BKB, is just gonna rip you apart.
Yeah, just watching Nature's Prophet get cute though with his trains as well, trying to get them inside the base. Lays though, LSA will come down onto Lays, but there is still going to be two heroes around here from the side of Na'Vi with Lays as well as Sweden Strong. So at least here they're going to be able to snatch one of these runes. It is going to be the trade though, the 2-for-2. It looks like the yeah, and again, the Nature's Prophet getting really cute with the trains, putting them inside the Dire base, forcing these couriers back because they were just outside the fountain. And it's maybe not panic stations, but just having to be aware where those couriers are, and the tower obviously spotting out those trains. VTune not able to pick up any of the couriers like he wanted to.
I mean, you will always see people just put those couriers out because early levels they're so slow, and that little bit of ground that you cover just away from your fountain, it means something. At least I'm gonna get my tangos faster. But overall, being pushed back, it's not that big of a deal overall. Even if players wouldn't do it, I would say that the percentage of games where something like that is really gonna make a difference is super low.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of couriers, Toronto Tokyo, he's going to be able to get the Rubik courier here as well. Just one more right click does take it down. Sweden Strong, it looks like he did get his items out for it first, but Toronto Tokyo 3 seconds away before he's got the bat shield again. Just getting right on top of Sweden Strong, who's looking for these pulls. So again, the body block's coming through. He's trying to juke it around, turns himself around in the river. The spear comes out onto the Lina now as well. Lina, does he want to try and come in with an LSA as the Fade Bolt does fly through? Now this looks like Sweden Strong going to get away with just half his health. The right click as well. Pure not throwing out that LSA here in the lane. So Sweden Strong, it will connect now as well, but Pure only level 1, so there's no fiery soul stacks to stack up the extra attack speed coming through for the Lina. So Sweden Strong again turns around with the Fade Bolt and looking to just get a little bit aggressive here up against the Lina. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you can see that GPK, he's going to be low on life, and we've talked about the Tusk in this lane up against the Lesh, being able to close that gap, get on top of the Lesh early on in the lane. It does offer some kill potential. Speaking of kill potential, Sweden Strong gets the kill onto Pure. Not a great start for the Lina in the lane.
What Bet Boom did in the top lane and why it ended up being a death now on the Lina is what they wanted to do is they saw that they took a lot of HP away from the Rubik and the Mars. So they, with the Lina, pulled the creeps to connect them close to the enemy tower and just continue applying the pressure, thinking that Na'Vi weren't going to be able to get close to the creeps. But Lina level 1 is just not that powerful, and it is a problem. Clockwork might be, but the Lina isn't, and because they didn't have level 2, level 3 on their heroes, they really couldn't continue with that pressure, and ultimately it ended up in Pure losing his life.
Yeah, and you can see that he's using the LSA just to try and get the stacks up now with the Fiery Soul to get that attack speed and increase the movement speed there as well on Pure. But yeah, to me, the Lina most deadly around the level 3, level 4, when you have a point into the Dragon Slave as well as a second point into the Fiery Soul, to be able to stack up that right-click speed and the damage that the Lina will put out up against probably the Rubik, because I mean that the Mars at this point, he's already got himself one bracer. Going to go into the phase with Sir as well, so the extra armor coming through here from the Mars, it is going to be trickier to pick him off in this lane, I think.
Of course as well. Still, it is a clockwork, and once the clockwork is level 3, the damage output is very strong. And Mars likes to be all close and personal because it's much easier to connect the spear that way, but not really to a clockwork. So it's really a tough one to deal with
I don't
overall.
consider myself the best player.
You can see the save and H2O. They're just being friendly about it. You know, the chase comes out, the Hoodwink moving himself away as the Undying tries to chase him down. But they're going to be friendly. They're going to throw those high fives. Undying looking towards those 6 mangoes as well. Nicky Cool in the mid lane now. How's it going for him in terms of last hits? He's keeping it even with the Lash. That work's not going to be too far distance here as well. Snowball coming through onto the Lash as well. Doesn't want to throw those ice shards out just yet, though. And they will come through eventually. Nicky Cool doesn't get the GPK in range for the tower, but he is still going to be able to throw these right clicks out onto the Lash. And the Lash is going to be forced to use these bottles.
He almost did though. I mean, in the meta so far, Tusk has been a better laner than the Lesh overall. The only time I've seen Lesh win against the Tusk was when Quinn was playing it, and he is probably the best Lesh player overall. GPK is very good in terms of laning, but overall, if you do everything right with the Tusk and you aren't like super proficient in this matchup altogether, the Tusk should be slightly ahead, or at least even with the Lesh.
Yeah, and looking at the top lane now as well, you know, Lays, he's going to be hit by the LSA. Is there going to be any follow-up? Toronto, Tokyo, he's not going to be close enough for the battery swap. The right-click damage coming through from Pure. It's not going to be able to get the kill onto the Mars. Mars will walk into top lane, which good for Mars. But Pure, he wants that kill. You know, he wants to get himself back in the game. But this is going to be a really nice, you know, just being able to disrupt in this lane here as the Mars, as Sweden Strong on the Rubik. LSA comes through. Is it going to be enough to take down Sweden Strong? Telekinesis now as well. Pure. He doesn't have the range to get the kill onto Sweden Strong. So Sweden Strong back underneath that tier 1. Completely out of health here, so he has to be careful about being caught out. But again, any disruption coming through up against this Lina is going to be good news for Na'Vi.
All of the reasons why Sweden Strong took that damage is because he wanted the flag bear, and Lina just waited for him right there. So, you know, being a bit greedy there, but understandably so. You usually think with Rubik you're gonna be able to get a melee creep to go your way, not this time around.
Yeah, and Lace, he's already got the boots. He's got those raindrops as well. Toronto, Tokyo looking for that half pull through into the Harpy stack, it looks like, in that small camp. And Lace not going to be able to disrupt just yet. The cogs are down, so that stack will stand. But Lace could come through with the points into the spear and the God's Rebuke, and maybe look to potentially farm the stack up. Taken away by Toronto, Tokyo. Pinned to the tree there. The Fade Bolt flies through. Toronto, Tokyo now. Do they want to try and turn around Pure? He might be setting up for an LSA. Does he actually hit it? Just on the edge of it, but it will connect up to Lays. Where are those cogs as well? Lays taking a lot of damage coming through from this battery. So the spear back, and Lays forces the clockwork away. Not going to be able to get the kill there onto the Mars. And now Sweden Strong, he doesn't have the mana for the Fade Bolt, but the rotation comes through. Toronto, Tokyo, cogs do get dropped. Can he get himself away from this one, though? Trapped in the ice shards, and Sweden Strong from a distance. He's looking to do damage, and Nicky Cool comes in. Walrus Punch gets the kill. Toronto, Tokyo starting on the back foot again in this game, like he did in the first game on the tree.
But at least it took a task rotation to get towards him, you know. So Bad Boom, they are being quite aggressive on the top lane. Mars is very, very well known for doing well in the lane, especially when you have a Rubik. Ever since the Mars got introduced into the game, man, it was such a long time ago now. But one of his best laning partners has been the Rubik, and Pure now is in trouble. Okay, Na'Vi are playing the aggressive game. They are playing the fast game.
Yeah, immediately, as soon as Pure steps too far up, the clockwork's not there. V-Tune gets the TP in, and he can teleport right back down to the bottom lane if he needs to. Really good ward here as well in the Radiant jungle that's just being, you know, shown off here. That spots out that the Lash was moving towards that bottom Radiant jungle. They know that Pure was being left alone. No rotation coming through from GPK, and it looks like V-Tune moving out of the lane, just giving some space over to the Undying in this bottom lane, but he wants to put the pressure onto this top tier 1 tower.
And that's the difference between the Drow and the Nature's Prophet. When the Nature's Prophet feels like leaving the lane would be nice, he can apply pressure on the map quite easily, even get a kill. Where the Drow Ranger moves away, unless you're heavily winning a lane and you TP there, you're not really gonna help too much, and you definitely won't be able to surprise someone with a kill. So beautifully done by V-Tune. He gets this tower, and that's before the Dragonite applies any pressure to his tower. So if Na'Vi wants, they can still defend the bottom lane with the V-Tune.
Yeah, Nightfall is level 6, so he will be popping that Dragon Form as well onto the bottom tier 1, but it looks like they might try and go on to save it. Save the Snow. It's going to be coming in now as well. Warwick's Punch comes out, and Nicky Cool getting himself a second kill of the game. Really nicely done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
VG
top lane.
on top.
Yeah, did he have enough to take him down, though? It looks like they're not going to be able to. Mars with the spear
Radiant's
again onto
bottom
Toronto
tower is
Tokyo,
under attack.
forcing that battery assault away, and the Nature's Prophet will be able to move off. And it looks like the Dragon Form for the Dragon Knight on the bottom lane not super effective here, and Dyne still be able to come in with a decay stacked onto Nightfall, and Nightfall not really being able to do much damage to this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
I like that VTune got a Midas. Sometimes people think, okay, Midas, this means that he's just gonna be farming. No, this means that he's gonna be coming into fights, and he's not gonna be hitting the creeps so much, so he needs a way to be able to keep up in farm or keep ahead in farm with the Nature's Prophet, which is very important. Plus, this hero benefits a lot from the added attack speed. So I like that he went for the Midas. To me, it shows that VTune is not going to be spending a lot of time in the jungle. Rather, he's going to be everywhere on the map. And then if things start to if he can't really get all of the farm because he's always fighting, he's at least going to have the Midas every minute and a half to give him the extra gold.
Yeah, and you can see that top lane, Lays, he wants to get aggressive here. Pure being pushed all the way back to the tier 2 Lays. Does he get that gap close? He's got the phase boots, but Pure is just close enough to that tier 2 tower that the Mars doesn't want to come in onto the Lina. But Na'Vi, they are setting the tone in this game. The bottom lane now as well. They're going to dive onto the Undying. Do they have enough to get the kill? They will be able to. Split Earth comes out here from the left. He sets up, and with the Diabolic Edict coming through, they're going to be able to take this tier 1 tower, but pretty much undefended here from the side of Na'Vi. They're happy enough to give this tower away.
Yeah, they understand that it's very hard to kill the DK, but it's easier to kill the Lina. That's why they're going for Pure.
Yeah, even V2 going to be TPing into the Pure, going to get himself away. The Sprout comes out. Laguna Blade's going to be used. But V2, he gets the kill onto Pure. And Toronto Tokyo, well, he gets out with his life, but he has to watch his position 1 go down there. And really nice, again, really nice rotation in from VTune to help out his team, but it looked like Lays as well as Sweden Strong had the damage to get the kill onto the Lina, and Lina no way to get away from that once the arena was up.
Bedboom understands it's hard for them to make plays until their supports are level 6, so that's why they're giving lanes to both Save and Toronto Tokyo. By allowing them to be more aggressive, it's gonna be easier for the Lina to find the farm, because Lina is, again, a very squishy hero. You need to be able to farm the jungle at this point. Maelstrom, BKB, only then will Pure be ready to go in. And the supports, without their level 6s, the Hoodwink and the Clock, really aren't as useful on the map.
Yeah, and we'll see how, I mean, it looks like GPK, at least he doesn't want to give away this tier 1 tower in the mid. Even with the catapult coming in, Na'Vi not going to be able to put the pressure on here. GPK just being able to farm up with the Pulse Nova, do that damage and take that away. Going towards the Bloodstone. So it is going to be the standard Lash build coming out here for GPK. No changes. As the catapult on the bottom wave, it looks like Nicky Cool, he might just want to clean this up. A little bit of a pressure being applied to this Na'Vi bottom tower, but you can see that Dragon Knight in the jungle, he's not looking to overly aggress onto the tower, not using that Dragon Form. Meanwhile, VTune, he is finding these stacks on the Ancients with his Treants. He'll be able to farm up this triangle, get himself a decent amount of farm, is sitting top of the net worth, looking towards that Maelstrom here as well. Blaze maybe looking to get aggressive. Is he looking towards the, what's on his career? Nothing on the career just yet, so no blink dagger to come out, but there is going to be the smoke.
I think they want blinks. That's just it for Na'Vi. You want blinks. You won't be able to jump. You need to kill Pure over and over again before he finishes his BKB, and it's a long time until you.
Yep, ice shots connects. He didn't know the tier 2 tower. Any TP is going to come in onto this, but the ice shots into the spear going to be there to get the kill onto Pure. The Dragon Knight, he just cancels that TP. Knows it's going to be completely useless there. Pure is already dead.
Tokyo finally has his suck shot, but they saw him on the top lane, so that's why Na'Vi are trying to make something happen in the mid. Bedboom, they're good. They've been doing good in terms of defending their towers, but they haven't been doing good in terms of applying pressure to the enemy's towers and protecting Pure, and that is a problem. I think that Na'Vi have found a way to get into the later portions of the game and eventually win it later on, and that is just continue killing Pure.
Well, they're going to be able to get a really nice push back up onto 2 heroes as well. With a sharpshooter coming through, Sadie gets the kill onto Nicky Cool. And Sweden Strong, he was trying to turn the Pulse Nova of his own round onto the side of Bedboom, but they do get the cleanup onto the Rubik here. And Nightfall now in this Dragon form. It's a little bit onto the tier 1 tower. Should be able to apply even more with the breathe fire. Yeah, just going to be coming in here. Creep wave pushing in as well. So he's going to get some aggression here onto this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. But probably, again, not enough to take it down.
The side of Na'Vi, they tried to apply pressure, but they didn't get enough farm on their Tusk and on their Mars. And while they were getting a couple of kills on Pure, Nightfall was just farming all this time. The supports were farming, and now the timing is finally hit. So Bedboom with the Blink Dagger on the DK, with the hook shot, and with the Sharpshooter, now they can finally make plays. So Na'Vi, they cannot just so leisurely, like la-di-da, just move towards a part in the map, because you're gonna get stunned up and you're gonna die. And you really have to be afraid of this Dragon Knight, because it looks like Nightfall currently, he is the strongest hero on the map, like no contest.
Yeah, going towards that BKB as well, so it's going to be a lot harder to control once that comes out. And I spoke about it yesterday, well, not at length, but you know, the Nightfall, he's looking so good with his positioning when he does prioritize the team fights over objectives as well. You know, he has the least deaths on the side of Bedboom, or at least he did before that 70-minute game. I'm not sure how that fell after that, but you know, Nightfall at the minute, he's quietly having a really good season in this offlane. He really impressed me so far in the DPC.
He has definitely learned a lot in EG, and now he has come back to his region to just show the fruits of his labor, and it's looking really amazing. Na'Vi, they're going for smokes. They need this mid lane tower to fall. The map needs to open even more, or they're gonna allow this Lina to get back into the game, get the BKB timing, and then you're done for if you don't have the good enough lead.
Yeah, Mars did go for the Falcon's Blade before straight into that blink here. Late steps up, the arena comes out. There's going to be spear to the tree as well. He's got that Bloodstone. Is he going to be able to keep him alive though? He looks like he's still going to be taken down. Nicky Cool, he gets the kill with the Bushwhack's going to be there. Laguna Blade comes out on H2O. Trying to run himself with a hook shot. He gets himself in close onto Nicky Cool.
He's backing a bunch.
They have these cogs, and yet you can see the Pure. He's cleaning up, gets himself the double kill before he goes down. And now they can chase even further the Bushwhack onto the Rubik. The chase is out. The damage with the Dragon Tail. And Rubik, he's going to be taken down. So they do take down 2 cores on the side of Bedboom, but Na'Vi, they just get a punch to the mouth and it disrupts their plans. But Bedboom, they turn it around, they take down 4.
You're so good. He understood. The entirety of Bedboom understood what the plan from Na'Vi was. Take this tower down, and even if you would lose more heroes in this one, which did not happen, it would be okay if the tower lives. And that's what Bedboom were gunning for. That's what they want, and that's how they create their space for this Lina to get the BKB. You could see Pure like, oh, he has 2-5 on the Lina, he's not having a good game. Actually, he is, because considering the state of the map currently, he is gonna have the time before his team gets overrun to get that BKB and be able to connect into fights. Finding an impact in the game as a carry Lina, it's not easy, but Pure made it happen there in the previous fight.
Yeah, and you can see that the win probability going down 71% in favor here of Bedboom. So Na'Vi, even though they had a great start, they were looking for those rotations, got a good couple of picks onto the Lina, well, a good few picks onto the Lina. It still looks like, you know, Gaben's just like, Bedboom, they still got this. And now the chase on Nightfall, he couldn't close the gap. The Bushwhack won't connect onto Laze here as well. So Laze at least will be able to get himself away from the danger, but potential sets from Bedboom, they're getting pretty cheeky now, you know, with those dives behind the tier 2 tower. They've got the confidence, they're looking for those ganks.
Na'Vi need to punish those, either by immediately TPing and killing that Dragon Knight. That should be your main priority before he gets the BKB. Or, on the other hand, I really don't like Nicky Cool there. He could have jumped the Clockwork. You saw 2 heroes behind your tier 2s. You definitely could have killed the Clockwork. There wouldn't be enough heroes on the side of Bedboom to assist him, but they just hesitated for a second. And those kind of hesitative approaches to the game is what's definitely costing them. Bedboom, they can get away with plays like this, especially unsuccessful ones.
Yeah, and you can see the smoke comes out from Na'Vi, but it's all it's really going to get is any D-wards. Nightfall already keeping himself up to the top lane. He's away. He was away from the gank potential coming through, and Na'Vi, they're grouping up like you talked about. They want to get aggressive here in Na'Vi, but it just seems like Bedboom, they're hitting that time, they're hitting the points where the heroes are pretty tanky, pretty sustainable with things like the Bloodstone coming out for the Lash, and it's so hard now to get the kills on these heroes.
Oh man, if I was Na'Vi, I'd start feeling the pressure now. BKB on the DK, almost done. Lina, same as well. The Lesh, he's a little bit further away, but it doesn't matter. If just one of them has the BKB, it's very hard for Na'Vi, because their Blink instant initiation, it is there, but you can always react to the Blink Walrus Punch. It's not impossible to do so. So I'm looking at these Bedboom heroes, and very soon they're just gonna stop dying.
They're going to try and make the jump. They do get the kill onto save. The ward, not enough there. I mean, he would have had the vision, but I guess just again playing that body block against so that Lexx could get him, buy the time for GPK to get himself away from the incoming gang.
The best player?
The way Bad Boom are itemizing right now is to survive. They know their heroes naturally do enough damage, right?
Yeah.
Toronto Tokyo will get a Force Staff, Hoodwink will get a Blink, and the cores will get BKBs. And then it's gonna be much easier for you to stand your ground in a fight, for the supports to move around the fight while their cores are standing ground. And then Na'Vi are gonna have a very, very tough time winning these fights, especially because this mid lane tower still hasn't been taken down. And if these BKBs come out, the question is if Na'Vi will ever get it down in this game.
Yeah, and that's the BKB flying in for it. Looks like both the Dragon Knight as well as the Lina. So perfect timing now for Bad Boom to set up for a potential fight if they want to look for a rotation, look for a gank on somebody. 3 heroes in the mid lane there as well onto this tier 1 tower. So smoke coming out from Na'Vi, but they don't know these BKBs are up. Perfectly timed here for Bad Boom. So let's see how Na'Vi, how are they going to try and deal with these? Are they going to be able to find anyone out in the first place? Because it looks like Bad Boom, again, like you've talked about in the draft, just playing away, not giving Na'Vi the opportunity to come in for these ganks and taking the fights on their terms. So Na'Vi, they are looking for this rotation, but who are they going to find?
Bad Boom were able to slow down the game, but Na'Vi, now they want to increase the pace yet again. Lesh is the better target.
This is the dive through. Can they get themselves on top of GPK? It looks like GPK, the arena comes through, and they're not going to be able to sustain with the Bloodstone this time. And the Dragon Knight, he'd already popped that Dragon form, just flies himself away, flaps his wings back to safety. And you can see that with 4 or 5 heroes from the side of Na'Vi grouped up, they should be able to take this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
Yep. If you are having issues taking the mid lane tower down, use the speed, use the ability of you to control the side lanes to make it happen. Again, this is the type of game. Bad Boom are not as mobile as Na'Vi, so Bad Boom, understandably, they would want to fight around the mid lane, whereas Na'Vi, their ability to storm down the side lanes is much better. So that's where they would prefer to go for fights now, especially now when Bad Boom are getting their BKBs and they're definitely stronger in a 5 versus 5, a straight up one.
Yeah, Sweden's strong. Oh, the hook misses. Sweden's strong. Gonna be able to get himself away from that one. Point blank hooks as well. So Sweden's strong, just like, you know what, that is tip worthy. It was a nice try. You know, mending the opponent there. No malicious intent with that tip whatsoever.
Yep. Yesterday, when Bad Boom won a 70-minute game, I think Nightfall wrote in the chat, GG easy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but kind of, I don't know. People took it as toxic. I kind of took it as fun banter between friends, because it obviously wasn't an easy game, right? And they already had some fun banter between them in the previous game. So I'm hoping, maybe I'm naive, but I'm hoping that it was like the best of intentions, just to have fun.
Yeah, and you can see again on the screen, guys, as it looks like Toronto Tokyo set up for its own doom. The Na'Vi have a 5-1 on the EGB odds, but the fight breaking out. The BKB comes off the pure, so he's going to be able to deal with the spear coming through. Can he take down? Well, there's going to be a sharpshooter as well, but Undying not dead just yet. And Mars Tombstone has been dropped. I think the arena was just delayed
dangerous
onto the Tombstone. Yeah, now Pure, his BKB's worn off. The Laguna Blade was stolen. Featured, he gets the kill onto Pure. They take down save. Nightfall has to pop BKB of his own. Trying to get himself away. He just walked himself into ice shards, and now the Sprout comes out.
Gone.
Nightfall, he's just going to be cleaned up. Yeah, the BKB going to be wearing off, and H2O, he gets the kill. Really nice position there from Na'Vi, and they can just march themselves now into the Roche pit to find this kill onto Roshan, while these 3 heroes inside of Bad Boom are going to be down and dead.
A fight where you could run circles around Bad Boom, that's what you were gunning for. Bad Boom, they had their BKBs and they felt confident that they can't lose a fight, but that wasn't really a fight. That was Na'Vi just poking until you had nothing left and then finishing you off, and it all happened because they put such a great arena down. Even though I disagree the way the Tombstone wasn't getting attacked, because it was definitely inside of the arena. It was in, right? But and now you can just continue going forward for more. Save is dead again.
Yeah, and Toronto Tokyo cancels that TP. It would have been just suicidal to come into this mid lane with 4 or 5 heroes around. You're TPing, you see Save die, so immediately just cancels off that TP. And all of a sudden now, Na'Vi in the driver's seat in this match.
Yep, Bad Boom, they need GPK in fights because he's their burst damage that doesn't care about the arena. But for that, now he has the BKB, so he's safe in terms of living. But he cannot get into the fight fast enough. That's why he's probably going to be needing a blink. I'm very curious to see if that's what GPK is going to go for. I think it's something that Bedroom needs if they are to take these side lane fights that they're being forced into. Let's make it clear, Na'Vi, they're not allowing anything else to happen, right? That is where they want to fight, and they're in control because they have a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, and you can see that they are grouping up again. So apply pressure to another tower now. The tier 2 tower in the top lane. Just being taken down B2, and he's just going to stand with the right clicks. Look at him as well, going over to the Skadi. So this is going to be harder now for the sustain of GPK, even with that Bloodstone in these fights. He might be able to make the jump onto Mars. Lays. There is going to be Dragon's Tail coming through. What's that extra setup though? They're looking for the Coke. Coming through for Toronto Tokyo underneath the tower. The cogs get dropped. The allocated. They get the kill onto B2 now as well with the Laguna Blade. No. Solid, they have that sustain, and the Laguna Blade still there onto Swedenstrong. Now gets to split Earth, but a lot of damage. They get the kill on Toronto Tokyo. Really nice dive. That could have been the Aegis if they'd have had a little bit more damage onto V-Tune, because he TP'd right underneath the LSA. Perfect timing there. Well, not perfect timing for V-Tune, but perfect timing on the LSA for the stun onto the Nature's Prophet.
I mean, perfect spell usage coming out from Bedboom overall. The stun, the follow-up, hookshot, then the cog back. Everything was used quite nicely there by the side of Bedboom. The Mars never getting a chance to get anything off, and then you get a kill. That Nature's Prophet would have just been great if they took him down, but V-Tune, he had so many stats, and now he has even more. Skadi against 3 effectively ranged heroes. Dragonite, when he doesn't have his form, he's really not that powerful of a hero, and when he has it now, he's gonna have to be dealing with the Skadi.
Yeah, and it's just, again, Na'Vi, even after losing the Mars, they lost it on their side of the map, but there was no creeps to push in. And, you know, Bedboom, they looked for the disengage. You know, they didn't want to fight even further into Na'Vi. The Split Earth coming out, Swedenstrong as well, being able to take these Laguna Blades. They just absolutely perfect.
Smoke in the smoke.
Oh, GPK though, he pops up BKB. Did they have the damage? Arena comes through, but it's going to be 2 BKBs. It's going to be a little bit of trouble with the Snowball though to get the dive onto Save. Save trying to do what he can with the sharpshooter, but the BKBs for Lays as well as Sneaky Cool. But they get gone. Pure, he's just dead. He gets caught out. The Split Earth comes out from the Rubik, and they have enough to take him down. And now Toronto Tokyo, the telekinesis. It's going to be it though. The push back onto the Nature's Prophet. Still going to be able to get the kill onto the Clockwork.
2 timings in this game was missed. The first one was Na'Vi before Bedboom get their BKBs, but the second, the more important timing that was missed by Bedboom is when they got their BKBs. 2 9-second BKBs were used on the top lane and they lost the fight. GPK, he didn't go for a blink in this game. He went for the boots of travel, trying to, you know, mimic the movements of the Nature's Prophet and alleviate the pressure, but considering that they're the ones losing towers, these boots of travel, the question is how much can he really make use of them?
Yeah, oh, Nightfall on the bottom lane as well. He needs to go for that TP away. The blink, the walls punch, Snowball is going to cancel it off. This is going to be on death onto Nightfall. He can't get himself away from this. V-Tune, he pops that spell. Nightfall, he doesn't have the BKB for 25 seconds, even if he wanted it to. No TP to get himself out. Nightfall, 3 heroes stacking around for this. And the right clicks V-Tune, he does get the kill onto the Dragon Knight. So maybe again a little bit of a Castus curses. V-Tune immediately on GPK. Look at this, so they get the push back up onto the Mars. The Mars doesn't have that BKB for 10 seconds or so they do get the kill. And now the chase down onto the Nature's Prophet. That split Earth. Look, it connects! It was onto the creep, but it connects. The stun onto V-Tune. V-Tune, he's not going to be able to get himself out, even with the Aegis here.
BKB TP?
Yeah, he has to go for this. Do we have the timing on the stuns?
Lena's there.
He's popping the BKB. He's trying to get himself away. They don't have the damage to take him down, but the Aegis will be popped.
He had BKB in 2 seconds and teleport in 5, and that was just enough. You know, there's cogs waiting for you, but you're spamming the BKB, you get it out, and Pure, he's Alina, so without the procs of the Maelstrom, the damage output just isn't that high. But still, that was dangerous for Na'Vi, and the BKB of the Nature's Prophet is getting low as well. And Bedboom, they have better vision overall in terms of starting fights. So it's not a done deal for Na'Vi, even though they are playing a good game. But Bedboom, now they see that they have the edge, and if they start getting more kills at this point, it's gonna be awesome for them. But unfortunately, they don't find a single one.
No, and you can see that Lena, with a double damage unit, actually going to go towards the Dragonlance, have that extra attack range coming out before. You know, at this point, I would be expecting Lena to go in towards something like a Satanic for the extra sustain. But yeah, Pure at the minute, he just wants the extra attack speed, you know, the extra attack range coming out from that Dragonlance. Maybe straight into the Hurricane Pike as well, yeah.
Yep, the level 20 for the Nature's Prophet is nearing, and without that, you're in so much trouble.
Oh, Nicky cool, so cool with that snowball there, keeping Sweden Strong away from the breathe fire, away from the sharpshooter, and Sweden Strong, he's got to give thanks over to Nicky Cool for saving his life.
Radiant's
They get the position down. That was the main part of that move, and you can see that Bedboom, they don't want anything to do with this part of the map any longer. One good thing to say Bedboom have been doing amazingly well is understanding when to buy a gem. When they're doing well, when they're losing, it doesn't matter. They understand the importance of vision in some parts of the game, and in this part of the game, it's so important. Toronto Tokyo is just trying to find the last ward of Na'Vi. The aggressive vision for Na'Vi is the main reason why earlier the Bedboom smoke didn't work, because when you have vision that deep in and you see Bedboom just not appearing on any of it, you know that they're making a play.
Yeah, Pure did find himself an Elven Tunic, which is going to be nice on the evasion from that, the attack speed there as well, onto this Lina. And especially when a lot of the damage coming out from, well, all of the damage coming out from V-Tune is going to be right-click damage. And it's just going to be one of those items that just give him a little bit of an extra boost, but how well it's going to perform the fights. You can see as well, GPK, he's still looking for the farm. He's looking towards that Shivas. He needs that extra armor just because of the right-click potential on the side of Na'Vi being so strong that Lesh, he's being burst down so quickly in every single fight.
Mars is going for a hack. Slays, he sees that these guys on Bedboom, they're just sick, and you cannot hit them with the Blinking Spear because they're too good. Every single time they're responding. I'm looking at Pure, I'm looking at GPK, and towards Nightfall, and you just cannot connect with it. So they need another form of initiation. Considering that Sweden Strong doesn't have an Ether Lens or a Blink just yet, you need to be the one making it happen. So Lays, he is gonna have that perfect initiation if he can farm the money.
It looks like Na'Vi, they want to make another move through the jungle now as well. And, well, they're making sure, they're looking for this vision, making sure it's being rewarded. But V-Tune, he's still in the dire side of the map. He's looking towards that Silver Edge. He wants that break over onto, I guess, the Lina, onto the Dragon Knight there as well to take away. Who would you prioritize with that? Would you take away the Dragon's Blood from the Dragon's Knight?
The Dragon's Blood is good, but the thing is, the Silver Edge is just a great item for the Nature's Prophet. You want some positioning tool, and you want the crit, and that's why you're going for a Silver Edge rather than for the break.
Yeah. He's going to have enough. Yeah, completely buys out for it. So Nature's Prophet, look at the difference between net worth of the two carries. It's about 7,000. I mean, the net worth between the two teams is only 1k.
He has no buyback, whereas the Lina does have one, and the outpost was taken back by Bedboom. Na'Vi, they need a convincing fight, because around this outpost, if the TPs come through, if the buybacks and TPs come through and you win a fight, then the Roche will go towards Bedboom. So risky and aggressive move from Na'Vi, but you know, you're gunning for the win. You're not going to be playing defensively.
Yeah, the Silver Edge might be the big item in these fights that just tips it in the balance of Na'Vi. So he's going to be fine with taking it up. Both sides going to be swapping parts of the map here. Roshan is back up as well. So where are they looking? You can see the V-Tune, he's TPing into the trees. He's just looking to scout out. He's got himself the Arcane Rune here now as well. So he's got the extra cooldown, the extra mana cost. So he can throw out these the TPs to look to scout just a little bit more often here with the Arcane Rune. And okay, Pure is going to TP back. This might be a really nice opening for the side of Na'Vi. If they see him on the map, which we are going to see Pure because he's looking to get the deep push off. Pings, they're coming towards the Roche pit now as well. How did Bedboom, do they want to try and contest into this? And Na'Vi, how are they even moving into the pit in the first place?
Every single outpush of lanes like this from Bedboom needs to be well coordinated, because you know that the enemies are going to be coming for you.
Oh, look at this as well. Toronto Tokyo again. They're looking to group up on the raining side of the map. They're looking to play around this Roche pit on the side of Bedboom. Well, meanwhile, Na'Vi, they're looking to take that outpost back. And if they keep this outpost, if the fight does break out, there's nothing for Bedboom to get back in close to.
Yeah, they have nothing, literally. Na'Vi, they're taking this slowly, and now they will force Bedboom to come back from the top lane. That is a very nice move coming out from Na'Vi. Bedboom, they're in a position right now where they don't know if they should engage. It feels really bad, and once they TP to the top lane, that is when you let go of the Roche.
Yeah, and I mean the Dragon Form is going to be down for the next 40 seconds here now as well, so it looks like if Na'Vi were going to go, I mean, it might just go for a smoke into a fight. They're going to be seen
under a ward.
Underneath an observer ward. Yeah, if a smoke comes out now, or even the rotation, this might just be enough time for Bedboom to get in. The hookshot comes through.
Ward.
They're going to be able to get on top of the Tusk. Tusk hexed up now as well. The damage coming through. He's separated from the rest of the team. V-Tune, he's trying to do his best to get the TP and do the damage. Nicky Cool with the BKB.
He didn't manage to kill him.
The LSA, you don't have enough time to take him down. just yet. Snowball, B2 gets the kill into Toronto Tokyo, but Cure, he's just being right clicked down as well to get the cleanup onto the Lina, and the Lina bought out, no buyback available here for him, and the chase is on for the rest of the side of BetBoom. Can they get themselves into a safe position?
Zombies are coming.
But even if they do, going to be chased down, push right onto the Mars. Nightfall, what can he do? Ops that BKB, he's already used that Hex, he's going to be on cooldown, Sweden Strong, taking a lot of damage, but GPK, his BKB on cooldown, and the right clicks from B-Tune, he just absolutely cleans him up. And now, well, the Bushwhack, he doesn't come through, but the Dragon Tail will be there. Takes down the Undying B-Tune, trying to get himself away from the hook.
He's in trouble.
It's recoiled down now, V-Tune. Can he get himself out of this? He absolutely cannot. The damage through. Is it going to be enough? It will be. They even get the kill onto Nicky Cool. And they can go onto Laze as well. Laze, that was looking so good for Navi.
Buyback's ready on Navi,
A
though.
little bit too far. Laze, Bushwhack, it connects. They're going to be able to get the cleanup onto the Mars.
Oh, I'm actually surprised that Navi didn't buy back there, come back into the fight, but it was Nightfall in this fight. He didn't use the BKB until later on down there. He saw, very nicely done from BetBoom. They don't just immediately, all of them pop their BKBs and run into the arena. They go around the fight. They see what Navi are trying to do. After the Tusk doesn't die initially, you still have to have something to fall back on, and it was Nightfall. This guy used to be a carry player, and now he's carrying his team once again, does most of the damage in that fight. There is a Lesh and the Lina, and it is Nightfall that comes out ahead. Obviously, he was the one that stayed alive for the longest of times, and now it's Roche time. You take back the outpost. Navi, if you would buy back now, it would be too late.
Yeah, you look at the amount of damage coming through from Cure. He went straight into the Hurricane Pike. Going into a Silver Edge himself, but look at the attack speed coming through onto Roshan, like you say. Even if they bought back now, Navi just not going to be able to get into contest this. And this is going to be a really nice one. And again, that last fight, it just felt, I mean, Navi were winning that. Navi absolutely won that fight. And then BetBoom re-engaged. Clockwork right back in. He got the hookshot back off cooldown. And it just felt like Navi, they hung around a little bit too long. Went a little bit too greedy. And all of a sudden, the fight flips in favor of BetBoom.
Yep, BetBoom were the ones that actually found the right initiation there. They had that perfect ward in the mid lane, and that's the reason why they got such a great initiation. But despite that, the Tusk didn't die. The second that the Tusk didn't die, you knew it was a bad fight. And then they were contemplating ways to come back onto their own vision. In the end, they managed to do it. It was without Pure, but it was with Nightfall and with the GPK being alive. And then they out-sustained Navi, and with just one buyback, they turned it around. But as I mentioned, Navi, considering they started winning that fight, I think multiple buybacks would have been nice. You clean up that fight. BetBoom don't have buybacks. You take the Roche. You know that the outpost is in your favor, and then you are the ones that are controlling the game for the next 5 minutes. Now it's actually going to be BetBoom and Pure. You killed him once easily, but now you're going to have to do it twice.
Yeah, and now they've got the Tatum Towers, so BetBoom taking a little bit more map control. Nightfall still using the ultimate to get some farm through, to farm up quicker. He's got the level 3 onto that. Actually going to be going towards a refresher and not an Aghanim Scepter that I thought he might be going towards on this Dragon Knight.
Well, interesting. I guess you want that long initiation. If you can find the Tusk and kill him. I'm not sure about the build on Nightfall overall, just because you're up against the Tusk. But if you are initiating on the Tusk, then it's amazing. So we'll see if they actually manage to make that happen.
Look at this now as well. They're going to be able to get engaged onto H2O. H2O, they're trying to take back the outpost. Toronto, Tokyo, skirts of the point. And H2O just like, oh, I'm sorry for trying to take your outpost. I apologize. And he pays with his life for it.
The more the time passes, the easier it is for BetBoom to deal with the split push potential of Navi. There's going to be an Aghanim Scepter in Toronto, Tokyo, so there's going to be rockets flying everywhere. You have this Boots of Travel on the Lesh now. He has the Blink as well, so he's going to be able to initiate. And you have multiple ways of initiation. Dragonite Blink Hex, Dragonite Blink Stun, Lesh Blink Stun, and of course the Clockwork. So it is now much tougher for Navi to just go around the map that aggressive. And they found the Tusk.
Yeah, but he's got the full stuff down to the low ground. Sharpshooter still comes in, but he's going to be away. He's going to be fine. As Navi now back on the back foot, but at least okay, V-Tune, he has that Satanic. He's brought up now. We're going to see Lace. He's got himself a Heaven Talbot as well. Going to be really nice if he can get on top of the Lina before the BKB comes out. Get that Heaven Talbot off. Stop the damage coming through from the right with Secure.
So how many 4-stars are there on the side of BetBoom? 2. Okay, that should be enough. And it pretty much is the 2 heroes that are afraid of the Sprout. I think GPK is going to be so deep in the enemy face that he doesn't care about it. And Dragonite is the one initiating. So you just don't want the Lina and the Clockwork unable to move. And they can use those on themselves. So I'm okay with it. Though I did expect the Ludwig to maybe get it there somewhere there. Just to have the extra one in case you get a call card.
Yeah, I mean, Save, as much as he has been caught out in this match, he's done a really good job of using the sharpshooter to get over the eye shots. You know, he knows the limits of this hero, it seems like. You know, he is playing it to a really good level. That he knows where he can get that sharpshooter off just to get out of danger, and where he needs to use it to, you know, maybe get a little bit more of an advantage in these fights.
They want to catch VTune on the bottom lane. Let's see if he's gonna be going for that one. He's gonna see the Dragon Knight. Did they see the fireball on the bottom lane? If they were paying attention, they should be able to, but no pings coming out. So Na'Vi, they don't know VTune. You could still TP to the bottom lane. Not gonna be happening.
Yeah, not sure where everyone else is on the side of Bedroom, so they don't. He doesn't go out solo, because if he does get caught out, it's an absolute death sentence here for VTune. And he's playing it sensibly. He's got himself the Trickster's Cloak as well, whether he wants to keep that or not. Gonna keep the Mindbreaker, it seems, going towards Melania for extra damage, the extra attack speed. Being able to drop the... I forget what it's called, the lightning shield. Whatever it is, you know, I'll drop in Nicky Cool as well, because Nicky Cool wants to be in the middle of fights, even maybe Lays, because he's going to be the initiation tool here from the side of Na'Vi. So being able to proc that off the Mars, it's going to be really nice for VTune just to be able to pick up.
And he also found the Witch Bane, which is amazing in terms of damage against both the Lina and the Lesh. Oh, I have to scratch my previous opinion. I really like what DK went for with his item build. And with him having more opportunities to initiate, Na'Vi are just feeling so scared because of the amount of lockdown he can do. And then VTune, he cannot go for these split pushes. Because what's it going to be? 6.5 seconds that you're stunned if he gets on top of you? That's long enough for the Clockwork to TP in anywhere and just catch you with the hook shot, so no TP out for you. So this is actually working out quite well. You can see how afraid VTune is just because of it.
Yeah, and Lina... that Aegis will be reclaimed, so Na'Vi were able to wait that one out without any major aggression coming through from the side of Bedroom. But Lina starting to catch, I can't even say catch up, actually still about 5k behind VTune. What is it? He's got an ultimate orb just queued up, but nothing else. No, on Pure.
Pure. Oh, okay, so, okay, he wants Skadi.
Okay. Yeah, he just had the one ultimate orb. He wasn't going for any other items. I was just like, what?
No reason for a Linken's. No reason for a Linken's on the Lina. Maybe you could see a Gleipnir, Mjolnir, but yeah, something else does make sense. He has a DD on the Lina, so you have to be very careful how you approach this fight. If you're Bedroom, if this Lina doesn't die, he's gonna destroy you.
He might be able to get the jump on though now as well. The LSA was stolen. They're going to go to Toronto, Tokyo. The arena comes out and they get onto Pure. And again, Pure, he didn't get that BKB up, but now the Laguna Blade comes through, rips through Lays. Nicky Cool, can he get himself away? The Hex is going to be there after the BKB. Really good engagement coming through from Na'Vi, but they just couldn't do the damage in time to take down Pure. He turns around, he rips apart from Mars. They get the kill onto Nicky Cool there as well. And that was Na'Vi's engagement. Vichu, though, trying to do what he can with the right.
Going in.
The BKB, he gets a kill on Pure. And now the telekinesis Nightfall, can he get himself away? He has that BKB after the refresher. Trying to keep it maybe for the second Dragonfall, but it's going to cost him his life.
Overly aggressive, and they get punished this game. In particular, Bedboom, they're not going to be timid as in the previous one when they're just looking at Bedboom and not engaging. Just go on them. Just try to punish them. They're going to be able to do it. And Save has been found as well. Okay, that's a really nice blink coming out of him. Should be able to get out of this one.
Yeah, he's got himself the... Oh, he's got the jab. He needs to keep himself on. What are you doing, Save? Just run. Run for your life.
There's gonna be level 25 on the Nature's Prophet. That changes things. That really does change things.
It's a sensible move. It's not cowardly. It's a sensible move.
You say so? That's what a coward would say anyways. But still, level 25 on the Nature's Prophet is something that changes the game quite a lot, because you can move around the map with such speed that you're not going to be caught. Just leave the treants at one side of the map, leave the treants at the other side of the map, and that's going to be enough. And that's going to allow Na'Vi now to have a lot more openings on the map. So despite the 13k gold lead, Na'Vi now have a tool to prepare a really good fight for them, even without Bedboom just stepping up like this.
Yeah, and the push coming out as well from that Nature's Wrath, he's using it just to apply the pressure onto Bedroom. It looks like going back towards the Hex as well. And why do you need boots when you can teleport? Yeah, just get rid of the boots, buy yourself a Hex, and get even more control coming out in these fights.
Got it.
He needs his courier to come back so he can finish that Mjolnir. It really looks weird when he's just having Hyperstone in his backpack, which would actually be a very valuable item for him. Also, you know, there might be some people that might not know, but Nature's Prophet level 25, you don't have a cooldown on your TP, and Nightfall, in so much trouble. He's dead.
Yeah, he's straight up dead. 83 seconds. He doesn't
no buyback.
Buyback. onto this Dragon Knight now. He's over 1,000 gold away from it. They're even going to be able to go onto the Quadra. GPK want to come into this fight though. He's in the middle of 5 heroes.
No man's land.
BKB again is going to be going off sometime soon. GPK is just getting cleaned up. And Na'Vi, 2 heroes dead on the side of Bad Boom without buybacks, even with the rocket flares coming through. Na'Vi, they have an opening here. Roshan back up in less than a minute. And B-Tune, where does he want to go with this? Does he want to step up onto this high ground, maybe put some pressure out with the Treants? It looks like they're just going to back themselves away, take this outpost, and maybe wait for the next Roche.
Push out all the lanes now. You have the opportunity to do so. 50 seconds on the DK, 75 on this Slash. Just make sure that the lanes are out pushed, so once they do come back, the Bad Boom don't have a play.
Yeah, and you can see that Nature's Prophet, he's using this Nature's Wrath off cooldown here B-Tunes, just to push out the lanes. Oh, save, he's invis, but the Hex comes out, the right click, even the Sprout. He's in trouble though. In though, did they have the damage with the Laguna Blade? It was a trap to get the stun onto Lina. Lina here now as well with the telekinesis. They have the damage
Nowhere
to take
to go.
down.
Man, are they fast. Man, we're there fast.
That's just, I mean, pure stepping out without the rest of his team here. Trying to get the kill onto Vichun, but Vichun just turns it right around with the rotation coming in from Sweden Strong. No way he survives through that, and this is going to be Alina down 75 seconds, no buyback. Roshan is up, but Na'Vi, they can take the set of rats.
Almost a mistake from Bad Boom to use the glyph, but even if the tower falls and you use it, there is this 1 second of lingering that the glyph will get refreshed. But this could be 2 lanes of racks. Pure is not going to be there. Yep, they're pinging it out. Roche might be the safer move though.
Well, I mean, Nature's Prophet has to come back, push out this mid lane now as well. So V-Tune, he's going to have the Nature's Wrath in 19 seconds as well. So we can use that to, again, push these lanes. They're going to TP into the Roche, but yeah, see it started up. Claim this Roche, which is going to be the Aghanim's Blessing here as well. And then just go straight back to pushing out the lanes.
The safer move is to go for the Roche, because the way that you lose this game now is you lose a fight, the enemies take Roche. But if there's no Roche to take, even if you lose a fight, Bad Boom don't have a clear way to come back into it. So this is a very nice one, of course, on top of the Aegis, all of that is quite nice. And also the Aghanims and the Nature's Prophet, that's even more lockdown that they're gonna have. This Nature's Prophet just rips apart the supports. They have nothing to deal with him. If he gets on top of him, they just die.
Yeah, and if he wants to, he can just buy out onto the Moonshard now as well. Give him that extra attack speed coming through. And B-Tune, where's he looking at? Just going to be into the river. Picks up the Illusion Rune to help push out.
Also the night vision, you know, it's not bad either. If you can have it, nighttime is approaching, so we'll see if he does go for it. But I still think buybacks are more important. If you lose a fight, it doesn't matter if you have an Aegis, but having a buyback, it can definitely help to put you in a better position.
GPK, they're going to try and make the move, get the jump here onto the Undying, but on the backlines, Nicky Cool's going to be in. He's actually inside the cogs here. He might not be able to get himself out, so they might be able to get 2 quick picks on the side of Bedroom, but Lays, he gets a kill onto GPK. Nicky Cool, can he get himself away with the Trickster's Cloak? He's looking to get that run out, and he will be able to survive. So they do lose the Undying, but again, a really nice trade, and they've got the Nature's Prophet throwing out this Wrath of Nature that's got the, the Ensnare on the build now because of the Aghanim Scepter on the Entangled. So this is a really nice way to start the fights off, and then just jump in with the TP and claim another kill.
Definitely, but overall Bad Boom are not going to be too sad about that one. They're delaying the time on the Aegis, and they forced the cheese to be used as well. So overall, they are quite happy with the engagement. Despite losing GPK, he's the one that doesn't have a buyback, but it's the gold. So Na'Vi don't necessarily know about this, so they won't be able to apply any more pressure. It's only that they're going to be increasing their gold lead, which at this point doesn't have to mean that much.
Nicky Cool though, gotta be careful behind enemy lines like this. If you do get spotted out by any vision, which isn't there from Bet Boom, but he's not to know this, as it looks like V-Tune, he wants to carry on pushing out the lane. Did he get the kill? Snowball's gonna do that now as well. The damage coming through onto Lina. Yeah, Lina with that Hex again, just all out of position. Now they might even be able to get the kill to save. They do. Cleaning up 2 heroes.
His own spell.
All overall, yeah.
With his own spell. Ever since the Nature's Prophet got level 25, everything changed. Everything changed. Bad Boom started making mistakes because you need to deal with the lanes, but you don't know if you're gonna be fast enough. And more times than not, they have been caught out by trying to push out. This move from Pure, I mean, it's a mistake, but you can't really blame him because Na'Vi are everywhere.
Yeah, true. And from the back of this V-Tune, just gonna be able to step up with his Sprouts, with his Treants, and look to push down a second lane of rocks. And this is going to go down. The Rocket Flare is trying to push out the bottom lane, able to stop the tier 2 tower from being pressured, but VTune is already in. He's already taken down the second lane and nothing to contest, especially with this Aegis still being up for the next 2 minutes.
Boom. They have 2 hexes. They have a refresher on the Dragon Knight. So if they get the right initiation, they can get the kills. Nicky Cool has been their target, and if he hadn't had the Trickster's Cloak, he would have died in the previous fight, and then we might have seen a different fight and a different game overall. But he did not die. He does have the Trickster's Cloak, and he's not easy to take down. Now even the cores of Bedboom, they're gonna be contemplating: do I get Vision Nightfall? Just put that bracer in the backpack, get a dust, because this Tusky needs to die. Whoever you jump, if they get Snowball save, the fight is just straight up over.
Yeah, and you can see again, Dragon Knight Nightfall, he's just using the ultimate form to try and push out these lanes, because the pressure from Na'Vi, it is being applied. They're going to be able to go into this tier 2 tower now as well, clean up the last tier 2 tower of the game. And VTune, no way to engage on this. They don't know where the rest of the team are, so Toronto Tokyo can't get that hook jump in. Nature's Prophet with the Satanic as well as the Aegis. He's got the BKB. It's a lot of save, it's a lot of sustain here on the side of Na'Vi for VTune. And I'm just looking at the linked items. Okay, he's got the Skadi, so extra stats, but he's got the Gluttony queued up. I really wish he'd have gone for a Satanic over the Skadi.
Yep, he wanted to be able to stand his ground against the Nature's Prophet. That's the idea. But yeah, the Satanic would make more sense, I think, as well, because it gives you more HP, not stats in particular, but you do have 2 lives basically. And considering that you're dealing with so much lockdown, you might actually survive on 300, 400 HP and get yourself back in it. But he thought the Skadi was better. For now, it's not working out. I still think positioning is the main thing. But one thing we haven't discussed, man, look at the net worth of VTune. He's not really doubling the enemies, but he's close to it as well. And he wants the refresher. I have to say, I'd be okay with him getting the Aghanim shard. The slow is not to be underestimated, and the vision is always nice.
And he's going to lose the Aegis now, going towards that refresh. He's not really going to be bothered, I don't think, about losing the Aegis. And again, he did trade out the boots because he can literally TP anywhere on the map anytime he needs to. Why does he even need to walk? Just TP from camp to camp finding this farm.
I like the item that GPK is going for. It's gonna be the Arcane Blink, allowing you to initiate even with your Split Earth. You jump in, you hack someone, and then the Split Earth will come out super fast. And you don't have to be afraid of missing that one, even if they're 4 stars or something. And that should be able to get you closer to killing someone. Ideally, again, it's gonna be Nicky Cool, but this definitely helps. Usually we see Leshrax go for the overwhelming blink, but he understands it's not about the it's not about jumping and slowing people, because they're gonna get out with 4 staffs and with the lift from Rubik or the Tusk save. You need to use that burst damage to cast all your spells as fast as possible, and the hero needs to die.
Yeah, and again, look at what Na'Vi are doing. We talked about this Eastern European teams adapting to, we don't overdive. You know, we don't throw ourselves at the high ground to try and end the game. We wait for the next item times. We hang back. We wait for the next roach. You know, we don't overcommit here and potentially swing this fight in favor of Betboom. So VTune, he's hanging around as long as he can on this double damage rune in the river as well, just waiting to time this and get as much advantage out of it as he can. The smoke is going to be coming through, and it looks like Na'Vi, they're completely taking the map away from Betboom. This is what Betboom have done to so many teams, and suddenly the game is being flipped on its head, and Betboom, it's like they're playing against their own game plan.
It's the Nature's Prophet, and VTune, he is very strong. He understands he shouldn't go for a straight up fight, but he's creating so much space, and Na'Vi are coming in with smoke. They know exactly where Betboom are, but they're ready.
Yeah, and again, he's only just picked up the double damage room now as well. They're going to be able to get the jump on the dive. They take down save, but he does have that buyback. Arena's going to be down, so they want to try and re-engage, because I don't think BKBs were used for either side for that. No, I'm just looking through. No BKB used for Nicky Cool or Lays. Pure still has his. Yeah, GPK as well as Nightfall. No BKBs have been used.
This is a very calm and good decision coming out from Na'Vi. They got the kill, they take down Division. You don't chase for more. You know, with the buyback on the Hoodwink, if you get yourself in a bad position where all of your heroes are being seen, you can lose the fight. But if you consistently play like this, get a kill, get Division down, push in the lanes. Get a kill, get Division down, push in the lanes. It's becoming even more claustrophobic for Betboom, and they are gonna eventually be forced into a mistake or into a all-in smoke, which is where you're gonna wait for them for that big fight. And speaking of big fight, fights. Undying has level 20, so Tombstone on Death is there. With 2 Tombstones being protected by the arena, possibly 2 arenas if Lace finishes off his refresher. It's gonna be a hard fight for Bad Boom, and then running circles around them is gonna be even easier because all of the vision that the zombies will be given.
Yeah, and he's not going to be too far off that full refresher as well here on the Mars. Just looking to pick up the gold, finding that farm, and again, not being contested onto this because there's no vision from the side of Bedboom. Bedboom are just hanging around at 5 in the base, making sure if anyone gets engaged on, the rest of the team are there to back them up. So, no, they're just finding a complete free farm here, and it shouldn't be too far away. If you're the Mars, do you buy out for the refresher, or do you want to save that buyback as well?
Save buyback. You can see that all 10 heroes have a buyback. It's so important in 50+ minute games to have it, that no item right now is going to change. Every single hero on the map has its core items. One item that it was very cool what just happened, Nature's Prophet, he was thinking about buying the refresher, but he actually bought a Moonshard and gave it to Nikiko, who is level 25, 12% chance Walrus Punch. If you have more attack speed, you get on top of the Lina, even with her BKB. A couple of hits there, and Pure it's not going to be doing anything.
Yeah, look at this. Queen Strong, he's in the pit. He sees Roche come up. This is going to be a really big Roche. The Rocket Flare will spot it out. So, Bedboom, this is... they're looking for it. They're smoking out. They want to take this fight. They know this Roche is so important to the survivability on the rest of the game. But Pure, with the Dragon Slave,
finding an angle.
That wraparound. Where's the being going to come from? High ground Toronto Tokyo is trying to look with the rocket flip, but it looks like the dive's going to be coming in now as well. Toronto Tokyo with his own BKB. The cogs get dropped inside the arena. Nicky Cole as well as Lays going to try and walk themselves over this. The back lines. It's going to be a lot of damage. GPK. He takes down Sweden Strong. The Laguna Blade comes out now as well. He's going to take down Lays. He's going to be taken down here. He has to use that buyback. Yeah, 3 buybacks committed already until the end. H2O being caught up. Looks like they're going to go on to V-Tune here. V-Tune hookshot comes in. They're going to be able to control him now as well. Even when that Lotus off, they get the kill. Everyone in the side of Navi has to buy back. He's going to be taking himself right back into this. But again, Pure, well, he is going to be clean off the once. Now they're going to be able to come in fresh. Buybacks comes through from the side of Bedboom as well. Both teams, they want this Roche. But Navi, if they can keep Bedboom outside of the base will be pushed into. So if they can delay long enough here, Bedboom, they have to make a choice.
Man, this is so dangerous now for Navi. They used all of their buybacks, whereas on the side of Bedboom, only 2 were used. But it doesn't matter. Like, if you start off the fight with the Lina kill, you have pretty much won this game. Not saying that the Dragonite and the Lesh cannot clean up, but it is the main output of constant damage coming out from Bedboom, doing 7,000 damage in that previous fight. Navi, they weren't ready for that fight. V-Tune was too isolated, and then when he got jumped, he got lifted to the cliff by the Rubik. Like, I'm gonna save my guy, but that just leaves everyone else stranded, and he couldn't attack anyone important in that fight. So it's just a complete disaster. And Navi, they should have known Bedboom were coming, but they thought maybe their enemies were scared. They were gonna stay in their base for a very long time. Bedboom, they strike there. But Navi, they still have this ability to split push, so they can still choose their battles. And with V-Tune going to push in the bottom lane, Bedboom are gonna have to be dealing with that, or they're gonna be dealing with mega creeps.
Yeah, and you can see that the treats, like you say, are starting to push in. Clockwork had to go back to base. He was completely out of mana. Both sides playing it so cautious now as well. They don't want to lose a single hero here. The Roche, for the minute, won't be contested. The Rocket Blast trying to push out. Double catapults in the wave now as well. But like you say, V-Tune, he's just looking to apply the pressure on the other side of the map. He does have that Wrath of Nature coming up in the next 5 seconds here as well. So he's just going to be able to...
items.
I was going to say, yeah. He's completely over this support deal. You know, he wants to go full Toronto Tokyo on the Clockwork carry.
The overclock inside of the cogs, you have 250 bonus attack speed, so you just smack someone down. If you get on top of the Nature's Prophet, who does not have a Force Staff of his own, he's not going to move.
Yeah, the Bushwhack's not going to hit, but GPK wants to come in. Telekinesis backlines, they got the castle line. That's such a good setup now as well. They're going to be able to get on top of Sweden Strong. These are 3 heroes going to be going through here. V-Tune, he tries to go for that TV, but the hook shot from downtown comes in. And this is going to be a Roche over for Bedboom. Did he even Roche? Did he just want to push in the lanes?
I thought they were just gonna go end the game, but they know this game is now over. You have 100 seconds with these heroes, like a Lesh that's level 25, okay, level 27, but you have the extra Diabolic Edict with the Lina and the Dragonite with this amount of farm. It's just insane. Before this fight started, we wanted to point out the Aeon discs. You remember yesterday when Bedboom were missing this hero that can stand his ground? Well, again, that was the case. No one could really stand their ground. Now both Save and Nightfall can be the kind of the ones being initiated on, and they're still gonna be fine. And the only thing that is left in place here for Nicky Cool is for him to go for plays like this and maybe try to go for the throne.
Yeah, but there's going to be the dive in now as well from GPK. He finds out, even Sagan, he comes back with a bushwhack. Rocket Flare's getting involved, and they could just use the 2 heroes. 4 heroes dead on the side of Na'Vi, and like you say, they can just move themselves right into this with the TP entrance.
What?
Cure?
That's
oh, he was just buying out. Okay. It's a little bit early to be fountain farming.
No, it's way too late and it's way too risky to be fountain farming Cure. Like, what the hell are you doing? That was weird, but yeah, he does good. Yeah, so he just wants to push this one as fast as possible, and this is gonna be everything falling down so quickly. Na'Vi, they were so close. They don't want to call GG, but there's nothing they can do about it, really.
Yeah, and those 5 actually went out around the road. Like, it's like you say, there's nothing you can do that. No surviving, even if Joel, he jumps in, he just says, okay, complete the set. It's going to be GG, and it is going to be Bad Boom. Again, going to such a long game in game number 2. But they just have the stamina to see this one out, take a really good fight against Na'Vi.